Tan Jitseng has extensive experience in intensive care units, specialized outpatient clinics, emergency department nursing homes, charitable community clinics, and more. So let's give a warm welcome to Dr. Tan Jitseng.
Thank you for having me again and allowing me to have this opportunity to share with you some of my current projects. And one of these projects is with regards to digital therapeutics. So I have named this speech or this presentation, Digitizing Therapeutics. How our current smartphone can be treating stress and anxiety. It's an interesting concept that, we have a lot of new technology at the moment, and one of the latest one that we are looking at is remote photo for cybography technology, which will be very useful in telemedicine in the future because, as Viva has shared, we have a lot of different devices that are used to pick up vital signs, but in future, maybe by just using Ppg technology, we can pick out all these vital signs. And Ppg technology can be just using the camera of your phone, which you'll be using anyway when you do tele consultations. So let me just update everyone about the Ppg technology. It is where we have light emitting from a source to the skin in one sensor, and with a second sensor determine how much light is returned to the device. This forms a contrast between the emitted light and the reflected light. And the amount of the light changes according to blood volume, which caused by the capillary dilatation and constriction, and hence you can estimate heart rate. And a part of heart rate, you can now estimate, blood pressure, oxygen saturation. You can even, in some studies, doing blood glucose measurements. So it's a very exciting field of research that we are going on to. But for today, I'm using Ppg technology via your smartphone and doing screening for stress. Okay. So why stress anxiety? Actually having a handphone actually gives you stress and anxiety already. A lot of work is coming through your emails, a phone call, a text, So stress and anxiety are basically everywhere in modern living together with your smartphone. So we decided, why don't we combine these two together? Since stress and anxiety is everywhere, smartphone is everywhere, can we use the smartphone as a treatment option for stress and anxiety? So we know that stress and anxiety cause a lot of cardiovascular complication, essential hypertension because of your sympathetic overdrive, then leading to cardiac neurological complication, like your acute myocardial infarction, stroke, etc., especially hemorrhagic ones. And it's always dependent on sympathetic and the parasympathetic responses, your fight and flight response in your body. So basically, our technology actually monitors this fight or flight response by looking at the sympathetic and parasympathetic tone, heart rate variation. And we use established non-pharmaceutical management of stress and anxiety developed by the psychiatrists and the psychologists. And using the data we get and the current management, we try to mix and match them together so that at any point of time, we have a treatment option for you to do. And this is all inside a handphone app, which everybody can download, everybody can use, and everybody can get derived benefit from. So in this picture, you can see that it's just an app that you download over in your smartphone. And basically, you just place your finger, any finger that you put it on the camera at the light source of your phone. And then you just click measure, and it will measure your heart rate and some other vitals that I mentioned, the heart rate variability, and will give you an objective number. if you are very stressed, we will mark the number as, about 50 or 60, which we have a range of 40 to 70, and above 50, it's your stress. And then after which the measurement will give you some treatment option, maybe a guided mindfulness meditation, maybe a 50 minutes listen to a smoothing sound, non-threatening sound, or maybe some insight, rethink that you follow through some of the guidance in the app to follow through your problems and see whether you can actually think through it. So it can be up to 5 different types of psychological treatment in the app that matches with what you need at the instance. So basically, we are still not approved form of treatment, but we are getting there soon with quite a lot of research that's coming out at the moment. And it might be a mainstream sort of treatment in the near future, especially for those population that may not want to take medication as a whole. So this app can serve as a medication. You just do it, take it, use it every day. Okay. I quoted digital therapeutics as medicine once. And what do I mean by that? Essentially, stress and anxiety or wellness, our physical, emotional response to our environment. So to keep us well, it's just exactly like exercising. You need to do exercise to maintain your muscle bulk, your muscle mass, and to prevent sarcopenia. Likewise, for your own mental wellness, you should be doing something, some exercises or something every day to maintain your wellness. So this app serves as such a medication as such. So you use this app once a day or twice a day or 3 times a day, depending on your requirement. And you also can use it as per when you need it. So usually what we recommend is, we can use it twice a day, as a form of maintenance for your wellness, to reduce anxiety or stress. And maybe when you're really stressed, take out and use it another time. So my boss actually quoted this application as a band-aid for stress and anxiety, because it can be 2 a.m. at night, you're getting this stress, you're getting this anxiety, you can take out the app, check your own stress level, do the appropriate treatment that is recommended in the app, and after you finish the treatment, do a stress test again to see whether your stress comes down or not. By objectively doing something and looking at numbers, probably you get less stress, hopefully. And sorry, let me just go back. So I'm the chief research scientist for this company. So I'm doing a lot of research with participating university. As we wouldn't say that it's a main treatment now, but as an adjunct to treatment. So the control group will have medications, the study group will have medication plus our app to be used every day, and we will give them a schedule as an adjunct to traditional therapy as well, because this is a Korean app. There's a lot of Korean traditional therapy which we collaborate with. And we have one study done in US on elderly depression and bereavement that actually is going to be published soon, and it shows very promising results. We can also be used in foreign workers, caregivers who are stressed, or any other groups, students, pregnant ladies, group traditionally not keen for medication use. And we actually can record the data, for the single person use, how stressed he or she has been over this period, or we can monitor the whole cohort of people, a whole school, if or healthcare worker during the pandemic, how stressed they have been, whether whatever we have been helping them, does it work with the stress, or did it not work at all? So we have such an objective means now to measure stress in our employees, in our population, in people that we are interested in. So what happens lastly? Okay, so one of the biggest advantage of such an app is the safety profile. I will not be serving medication, which we always are afraid of the medical complications. For example, if I start antidepressant for elderly, I'll be afraid of the drowsiness side effect, the anticholinergic side effect. I'll be afraid that the patient falls down after taking a medicine because they are drowsy, but not such in this app. And also this app can be very, very scalable because people can just download. We can just offer 10,000 people at once, 100,000 at once. We just have to generate the user ID. So it's probably the next stage of how we can help people to gain wellness or to maintain their wellness. Okay, so I have kept my talk short, and I hope that we'll have some questions later for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tan, and please do stay on our virtual stage as I will